All right, guys, what's going on? Justin from 79th Productions, and in today's video, I'm going to be heading to my buddy Jesse's house. He just picked up a right-hand drive JDM Honda CRV. Super excited about this. He picked it up. It was in a small fender bender, and before I get there, they're probably already taking the fender and front bumper off, and then he's going to be painting that. Also, we're going to do some suspension work, put some coilovers, new wheels on it, and get this thing looking and driving better. So we're going to get to that, guys. But before I head over there, guys, if you want to support the channel, pick up some merchandise. I'll put the link in the description. All merchandise sales help because all the sales go directly into funding this channel. So pick up some merchandise. All right, guys, so we're on the CRV and Jesse's trying to figure out what he's trying to see if we could use the...
So this is right-hand drive CRV. It's 4x114.3, and I'm going to convert it over to 5x114.3. So my plan is the drums for the rear says max diameter 221 millimeters, and we have a 5-lug one right here. It says the same, so I just checked they are the same size. So the plan is to pull the hub off first, and then replace the wheel bearing and put a 5-lug hub in place and a 5-lug drum. So then the rear will be converted to 5-lug. This is the wheel bearing.
So the plan, guys, is to swap this from the 4-lug over to this one's 5-lug.
Yep.
You think they're the same size?
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we already got the 4-lug hubs off, and Jesse's going to get some wheel bearings. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull off the factory strut assembly and all the factory suspension, and we're going to swap it out for the T6 coilovers. Go ahead. So guys, to get these CRV ones out, you got to drop it down through that hole and then lean the top out. All right, guys, so here we go. We got the Max Speeding Rods T6 coilovers and the camber kit. We already started taking some of the suspension off. We already took the camber arms off, the factory ones, and we're gonna put these on the camber kit and the T6 coilovers. Now we went with the T6 coilovers because they have a little bit softer ride and they're better for daily driving, and this is a CRV, so you want a smooth ride. So we're gonna go ahead and put these T6 coilovers on now. All right, guys, so we're gonna put the Max Speeding Rods coilovers, and basically he's just gonna slide it in and put those through the top. And you see how much clearance there is from the bottom, so we're gonna have to lift that up. All right, so Dylan's screwing the top 2 nuts in, and the top is set. We'll come down and torque those down later.
A little bit.
Alright guys, so we got the caliper off, and right now he's getting ready to take this spindle off. We're doing the 5 lug conversion on the front, the 4 to 5 lug conversion on the front, and to do this we're just going to change the whole spindle and rotor and everything, the whole spindle assembly. Alright guys, so he got the spindle assembly out, and we're going to take the rest of this stuff off. We're going to put the coilovers on, and then we're going to do the 5 lug conversion. Alright guys, so we got the spindle off, and we're going to take the upper control arm off. We're going to take that off to replace it and put the camber kit, the front camber kits on. And there's just a bolt here, and on the other side we're going to take those off, and it'll just slide right off. Go ahead. Alright guys, we're going to take these top 2 bolts out to lower the strut assembly, and then it's just going to drop down and he's going to pull it out. Alright guys, so here goes the Max Peating Rods coilover next to the original strut assembly. Big difference in height. You can see how much higher the factory strut is than the coilover. So we're going to go ahead and put these on now, and we're going to also put on the upper camber kits too. So we're going to put it in, slide it up, put those 2 bolts up top, the 2 nuts up top. Guys, so we got the coilover in, and we're gonna go ahead and put the camber kit in. Set that in, and then we'll go bolt it down. Alright guys, so we're gonna bolt the camber kit in, and it is just gonna bolt in right here. We're going to put the suspension fork on now. Just going to slide it up into place and put the 14mm bolt in. Alright guys, so we got the 5 lug spindle assembly ready to go on, and we're hoping that the 4-lug brake calipers work with the 5 lugs. They're the same size rotors, so we think they should work. Alright guys, so we got that max speed and rod suspension on, and we got the spindle assembly on, we got the caliper on. The caliper's not fitting right, the bolts don't line up all the way, and the CV axle, it's kind of rotating in, it's not catching on the teeth in the hub, so we're gonna have to change the CV axle out, and we're gonna have to change the caliper as well. So once we get all that stuff off the other car, we'll go ahead and start putting it on. Alright guys, so Jesse just paint matching this fender. That other fender was destroyed, so he's just doing the color match. What color is this, Jesse?
Tahitian green.
Tahitian green. It's a base clear.
Base clear.
Alright guys, first coat's on. He's going to go ahead and put the second coat on, and then lay some clear down. You can see how that clear makes that color pop. All right, guys, so Travis is going to be putting on these Nerf bars, and he needs to cut the side skirts, so he's going to trim those so we can mount those on now. All right, guys, so to do the 5 lug, they put the new hub on, and in order for it to fit, because this was 4 lug before, he's rounding out the backing plate, and he's just got a die grinder just going at it. All right, guys, they got the bearing on, and they're gonna press the hub in, and we'll be able to put the wheels on. Push it in. All right, guys, so he's got all the brake stuff on, and he's just gonna go ahead and put the camber kit in. All right, guys, so here's the wheels they're gonna run, and these are 17x8s with a 25 offset, and the tire sizes are 225 45 17s. So these should look pretty good on there.
You got partial on there?
Yeah. Alright guys, got the calipers on, the coilovers are on, and the camber kit is on. Everything is bolted up, and we're about to put the wheels on. The front, we already got the back on, and then we're good to set this thing down. Alright guys, so they're getting ready to bleed the brakes. They are bleeding the brakes, and that's just going to pull fluid through the system, right?
I ain't got nothing yet. It's dropping. There she goes.
That thing low. All right guys, so this thing is all done. Last night they raised it up a little bit more to give it a little bit more clearance on the tires, adjusted the camber, and this thing is sitting looking good. Guys, this thing is super clean on the inside. Alright guys, so the CRV's running, driving smooth. Last night he lifted up and adjusted the camber. When we first put the coilovers on, this thing was dropped down to the ground, and now it's at a nice ride height. Good thing about those Max Pedon rods coilovers for the CRV, you can adjust them. You could drop this thing down or raise them, and this thing's looking pretty good sitting here. Now, after he painted the fender, Jesse said he wants to paint the entire car. The reason he did the fender and the back tailgate, they were beat up pretty bad and need a lot of body work, so he just painted these to color match it, and he's gonna end up painting the whole car. So, but that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you're gonna get any Max Pedon rods coilovers or camber kits or anything, use coupon code 79th. That way you could get a discount. I'm gonna wrap this video up here, guys. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at 79th Productions. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless you guys.